Yo, what's going on, my psychedelic squadron? It's your boy Trippy here, coming at you with another Madden 19 video today, man. And today we're gonna go ahead and discuss just a little bit on how the Super Bowl promotion actually made elite tokens just a wee bit cheaper. Now, it's still around the same price as the method that, the training method, as I already made a video on. If you're interested in seeing it, man, I will put a link up top so you can go ahead and click that and view that. But it's something that you can think of to capitalize on, especially if you're not really into this whole Super Bowl rings thing, which I'm not really feeling. I just got those 6,000 just from like completing solos and the stuff that they just threw at me. But looking at the quality, we're going to go ahead to 86 to 87 overalls, and obviously those are usually the most expensive pieces to an elite token set. Well, think again, it is not, as these things are 16,000 coins and they are just flying, they're just flying, and they just keep coming back up. So as we refresh this right here, you see that there's another one and another one, and cue the DJ Khaled.
Another one.
Yeah, what he said. And this, it's just way cheaper than what it used to be. It was like, for real, I think 32 for two 86 to 87 overalls, obviously, if you know how to do simple math. But it used to be like 34 for one. So, like, looking at, I think I'm going to go to, the ones that I used to do were Mutt Heroes, 33. Then we'll go to another promotion. Matter of fact, let's go to Core Elites, 86. That was probably a little cheaper, probably in the 24 range. So, 20 or so. Yeah, they were about the 24K range. But, what is it, 16 now? So, save about 8K, 4K, depending on, when you buy the card, or if the card is, kind of cheap right here. But it looks like the going rate for 86 to 87s were about that 23 to 29K range, because nobody's really going to buy a 30K card. That really isn't worth anything. But getting back to the Super Bowl cards, it's literally twice as cheap as what it used to be. If not twice as cheap, about 16K difference. When buying your Super Bowl players, and that's something that you can take a look at. So this kind of segues into the next part of this video, which is actually going to be the two best sets to complete in Madden as of right now. And I've already somewhat kind of touched on this, and it's going to be the 89 plus overall Team of the Week player using tokens, of course, the gold tokens and elite tokens. And with the prices dropping on those 86 to 87 overalls, and you could possibly catch a couple of those 84 to 85s, and then 82 to 83s, kind of on the low. It'll make this set a whole lot cheaper. Honestly, the gold tokens is probably going to be the most expensive part. If you don't have gold tokens, or not gold tokens, but gold players just laying around in order to throw in the sets, it could be a little more on the expensive side. But either way, the risk and the reward is it's pretty damn decent. As we're going to check that out in just a second. But we're also going to get into another set that could actually be really good, and that's the Team Diamond set. So I kind of went over this briefly in my last video, letting you know, maybe not my last video, but the one before that, kind of letting you know 3 tips to kind of help you with Madden. And I kind of stumbled upon this just randomly, just looking through the sets. So it turns out So it turns out sets like Marshall Yonda, what is the other one I did? I think it was Jadeveon Clowney. I did this for Shad Jones and this Tre'Davious White so long ago. Honestly, I don't even think it's worth doing these sets. Unfortunately, I can't show you and kind of compare and contrast prices at the moment because I've already completed them. But stay away from this Lane Johnson set, man, unless you have some of these pieces already available. This one can get very, 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 very pricey. And he only sells for about 300K right now. And was it 45? Just off the top, let's do some math. 45, you're looking at 89. That motherfucker went up. He was like 60. So off the rip, just looking at those two cards alone, you can already tell that this isn't going to be worth it. Damn, and Brandon Graham's scarce. So yeah, it could cost you a pretty penny to do this one. The payout is pretty decent. You're looking at about 450,000 coins, maybe, depending on how low his price has dropped since. Then you got to consider taxes and things like that. So that wouldn't be the best profit. Looking at, I think Julio Jones is also kind of up there in price in order to complete the set, but his payout is pretty decent. His actual card, which is ironically supposed to be the best card in the set, is only 37K. Then we look at Desmond Trufant, who isn't on the auction block. Alex Mack, who is 42K. I think he got the Team of the Year center position card, so of course his price is going to be a little higher. Devontae Freeman still has the gauntlet, so the 85, or the 33 for the 85 overall is pretty in. Deion Jones is still a beast user, so I could honestly see his price being like this. But if it kind of just looks like to me that core elites are kind of slowly but surely becoming extinct. Of course, Jalen Ramsey is going to go for a lot, but in order to get his set, you got to get his card, 90K right there. That's already more than the payout, and unless you complete this set for less than you can, sell them for, then I really highly suggest that you stay away from these things. But the ones I suggest you do are most definitely going to be, not Tre'Davious White, but Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know how I got those two names mixed up. Jadeveon Clowney, if you can go ahead and get like J.J. Watt for around the 60K range, D-Hop for about, I think, the 40K range. I think I got him for a little cheaper than that, and Jadeveon Clowney for a little cheap. Everything else is pretty much, good to go. A couple of these are scarce, but I wouldn't pay any more than 12K for Whitney Merciless. Andre Howell's pretty cheap. Everything else, I wouldn't pay no more. Literally, like Deshaun Watson probably goes for about 4K. No more than like 10K for, 8K for these cards right here. They shouldn't go for that much. The golds, a couple of them, actually a lot of these golds are probably like 1K, 750, 3K, 4K, little things like that. And when I did all the math, I ended up actually making about an 80K, 90K profit off of that. Le'Veon Bell probably isn't going to be another bad one, but his payout as far as his card is 26K, and then whatever his card sells for, which I'm pretty sure it isn't that much considering that, this is literally the highest rated overall Le'Veon Bell in the game. And 92 overall is kind of, well, not kind of, but it's really freaking low right now. So, don't advise you to do this set, but, just keep playing with it, keep crunching numbers. Cameron Jordan could eventually be one. Earl Thomas could eventually be one, as long as you can get his core elites or their core elites at a decent price. Stay the hell away from the Rams set. If I'm not mistaken, Aaron Donald still goes for a pretty penny. Everybody's, anticipating him for Defensive Player of the Year, so his core elite is going to stay high. Ndamukong Suh is right there. So that's 150 off the rip. That is more than what his payout is. And I highly doubt that Todd Gurley has heaps of lead. Marcus Peters, who just got a card. In fact, let's look at Marcus Peters. Oh, wow. It's 26, but he was actually going for a little less. I remember because I unpowered him up and sold that motherfucker. Yeah, 40K. So I don't expect either of those last couple that I named to be very profitable, but like I said, just keep playing with it, keep finding out which ones are best and which cards are the cheapest, and crunch those numbers, and these sets could absolutely be very profitable for you in the future. To kind of recap what I just went over, basically price drop in the 86 to 87 overall price range. If, like I said, if you're not interested in the no, I don't want to leave. If you're not interested in these Super Bowl rings and you're not really trying to complete any of these Super Bowl sets, then those would be the best options in order for you to kind of, get these elite tokens going a little bit if you don't use the training method. And, it's a little quicker that way as well. But, yeah, also, let's go ahead and check out the price of the cards from the 89 plus Team of the Week player set. I forgot which one it was. I think it's this one. Yep. So we're going to look at the 93 to 95 overall players, which are absolutely pullable from the set, and they go for no less than 220K. If I were to give you a price range on how many coins that it takes, if you're just getting elite tokens, it would probably be about 100K, 110K, depending on how you spend it. You might even get it for a little less. So if you're not buying gold tokens or gold cards to complete gold tokens, then this is literally the most profitable thing you can do. You take no less than like not even less. You're not taking anything. You're getting, I think about a 10K profit each time you sell these cards. If you, like I said, this solely depends on whether or not you have the gold tokens laying around. But this definitely has some serious upside to it. As you can see, Tyreek Hill's going for about 176,000 coins. Ironically, the 89s, which are the lowest possible cards that you can pull out of here, are not the lowest possible price on the auction block, considering Terrell Suggs just got an upgrade. But, yeah, that's just my little bit of tidbit of information. I was going to go ahead and consider that the heavyweights and the veteran packs would be the another one that you can look at, but looking at the prices of these cards and comparing them to how much it costs in order to get elite tokens and things along those lines, it just wouldn't be all that well in your favor, because the low end is what, 60, no, it was like 80k, and it takes about 120k doing just the regular buying cards at the auction block in order to get an elite token or 2 elite tokens to complete one of these sets. And then not to mention the gold tokens and the silver tokens. So stay far away from those. The possibility of you pulling something that's profitable is literally like 1 to maybe 2 cards. That'd be either Cam Chancellor, which is still available in the flashback set since he is an 90 overall, and I think Roger Saffold and or Marshall Yonda out of the heavyweight set. So yeah, steer clear of all of those. And honestly, there really isn't too many other sets that you can do. I'm kind of just looking forward to, season, I think 5 it is, coming up right around the corner, to kind of, refresh some of these sets, get a couple maybe, exchange sets. Hopefully, you might bring out flashbacks and heavyweights to give a couple of those cards that really didn't get any love throughout the season, especially for the power-ups, a little bit more love throughout the year. And, yeah, that'll basically be it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, man. 2-piece those mofos. It'll help the channel grow tremendously. Also, let me know if there's another set that I'm kind of sleeping on. Also, stay tuned for more Madden 19 videos such as this. And until next time, guys. Peace.